Join me for real life questions with Mike.
I want to give you a little bit of insight into what it's like when I hire somebody. So I actually run 3 different businesses. JobRead English is one of them. We don't employ a huge amount of people, but every so often a need comes along to hire someone, and it's always really interesting to share my observations as an employer. Now, we have a food business which runs 7 days a week. My friend, who's run it really well for the past year, is leaving. She's going on to do bigger and better things, and she let me know, so we needed to replace her. So I put an advert out on Monday for a catering assistant. We received 46 applications, which was extraordinary. Now, what you may not know is, and I actually advertised on Indeed, and what you may not know is, if you advertise on Indeed, you need to pay. So I've paid money to get people to apply for the job. And there were a couple of things that are noticeable. Number one, it's about speed. So I communicated personally with the first 6 people that applied for that job, because I needed that job to be filled really quickly. Now, you might say to me, well, this doesn't really apply to me. I don't know. I mean, most employers, they want to fulfill jobs. They don't just want jobs sitting there vacant because they realise that there is a deadline. For me, I had a deadline. My friend said to me, look, I'll stay and I'll cover, but I need somebody to come in and do this job. So speed was really important. The people that I communicated with actually applied within the first 24 hours. And it was a little bit slow to start off with. It was 3 on day 1, it was 4 on day 2, and then actually by day 5, which we're on now, we'd had 46 applications. So it's like 3, 4, and then I don't know, like 5, 9, and then like 20 or something like that. And by day 5, I've already pretty much found the person that we want to do the job. Now, most importantly, she had done what I asked her to do. Now, I only asked one question on an application form, and I think it's so interesting, and it kind of goes to show that people can become jaded, but it does make a difference from an employer's point of view. So the only thing that I didn't ask about skills, because the job is relatively simple and it's teachable to do in terms of cooking and serving. But I did say, look, please let me know when you'll be available for an interview. Please give me 2 or 3 days. Pretty much all the applications that didn't answer that question, I just rejected immediately. Because what it said to me is, if you can't be bothered to answer the first question or do the first thing that I'm going to ask you to do, there's probably loads of other stuff that you can't be bothered to do. So I'm not going to waste my time any further, right? And I'm sure there will be people out there and they'll say, well, you know, but I'm really busy, or, oh, but there's so many people don't get back to me. Bearing in mind, as an employer, I don't care. I don't care about your experience that you've had with other people. What I care about is that somebody has taken the 10 seconds to say, oh, you can call me anytime. I'm available, right? And the way that I like to interview people is I'll just basically call them up straight away and just say, hey, you've applied for a job here. And if somebody says, oh, could you just remind me what that's for? Instantly, I just kind of switch off. So you think, right, you've just applied with my job with like 20 other jobs on the same day, which is why having an application plan is useful. Even if someone said, oh, could you just bear with me 1 second? They sat down at their computer, they looked at their plan and go, oh yeah, I applied for that job at what's his face? Okay, cool. Oh yeah, hi Mike, da-da-da-da-da. But what I don't want to feel like is like I'm the 15th person that you've spoken to that day. It makes me not feel special. And you might go, well, why do I care, blah, blah, blah. Well, you don't have to care, you just don't get a job, right? So the young woman that I spoke to, she just seemed happy, bright. She was like, well, you know, I don't know if I'm really qualified for the job, and she's a mum, she's getting back into work. And I was like, oh, look, can you just come down and see us? Right? Because I like interview processes that are very proactive. And one thing that I definitely understand about interviews is that you hire for attitude and you train for skills. So you can't fake attitude for very long. And generally before I hire someone, I'll have met them at least 2 or 3 times, and I'll kind of begin to get the measure of them. But if somebody has attitude, has drive, and has motivation, and she actually came, she did a small paid trial today, she's going to come and do some more work and some more training next week, and hopefully this time next week she'll have a part-time job with us. And she was just one of 46 applications. So it was about, the speed that she was able to apply, which she could have done if she just signed up for some alerts or something like that. And also if we were actually like a big firm, she could have gone to our website directly, but we're a small company, right? She did what was asked of her, and she had the right attitude when we spoke to her on the phone, and also when she came down and had a look at the job and, spoke to us. So that's just a little bit of insight for you from somebody who not only helps people get jobs, but really importantly, I actually hire people to work within my own businesses. Not that often, but it helps having the experience that I have. Hope that's helpful for you.